Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I am here with this really awful demon-looking plushies because today I want to share all the latest My Little Pony Generation 5 news that we've gotten over the course of like the past couple of weeks and stuff like that. I have been really busy with other videos and stuff like that, so I haven't been able to kind of make a lot of updates. Plus, we're getting these bits of news far enough away that it's like one thing that takes like 30 seconds to explain, so it's kind of been hard to even make a video about all this stuff. But today I have like 6 things here to show you, so let's just go ahead and start with these plushies here. These plushies are an official thing. They have finally been properly shown and everything like that. I don't know when they're releasing in stores or anything like that, but these are some more Generation 5 plushies that you can expect to see on store shelves at some point in the future. Who knows when they'll come out, probably around September or probably right before it or something like that. You can see all the characters here, and it's nothing really new here. Like we've seen plushies before of these characters, but I don't think we've ever seen one of this character, if I'm not mistaken. Well, no, we've seen literally a plushie of every single one of these characters, so there's not really anything necessarily new here other than that the plushies are real. They're a thing. It's gonna exist at some point soon. We just don't know when. And this is just a box full of them. It doesn't really seem to reveal anything, so we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next bit of news, which is this right here. This was on My Little Pony's official social media page, and they made this post basically saying, looking for a new face paint design for your little one? Create Hitch, the new sheriff on the block. This seems to imply that is indeed going to be a sheriff. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is a play on words and he's actually going to be a sheriff, or if this is just like a mistake in how they worded things and he's not going to be a sheriff. I can't imagine he's not going to be a sheriff, especially after this post, and especially after getting a better look at his cutie mark, which was just a shield and a horseshoe inside of it. So it seems like Hitch is going to be of course, sheriff. Who knows what that's going to be like? Who knows what the implications of that's going to be? And let's move on to the next bit of news, because we have even more news. That's right, we have this news here. This is a Malaysian Netflix schedule, if I'm not mistaken, for later this year. All kinds of movies, including The Hand of God, The Power of the Dog, and the Starling, all kinds of things like that. But over here in the family section, you can see My Little Pony Ponytail being listed on that list of movies and stuff like that that is going to release on Malaysian Netflix, I guess. I find this very interesting because we have also Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is an old movie, as well as I'm pretty sure some of these other movies are really old as well. So take of that what you will. Perhaps this is something totally unrelated. Perhaps this is like My Little Pony Generation 3 and it's finally coming to this network or something like that, because I believe Generation 3 or one of the other generations were called Ponytail, if I'm not mistaken. So it seems like this could be that, but it also could be the movie because it's happening as they listed here later this year. So who knows what this means? This isn't, technically confirmation, but it basically is. The My Little Pony movie coming later this year in September is most likely going to be called Ponytail. So who knows if that's going to be the finalized name? Maybe it'll even change later before the movie even comes out. Maybe that's just the working title I have right now. But who knows? Right now, though, we can safely call the next My Little Pony movie My Little Pony Ponytail, which I find very interesting because it's kind of similar to Ponytown in a way, but not quite at the same time. So take it that way you will, and let's move on to our next bit of news, because our next bit of news here is this puzzle. We got ourselves a puzzle, which was leaked to us, and all of that other junk and stuff like that, and it shows us new locations, such as this weird forest thing here, this image here, and there's actually 2 images right here, which this first image, I believe, is just this square right here, and the second image is just this square right here. But this is the puzzle. I'm not going to stay too long on this image because I have a more HD version of these images, I guess I should say. So take of that what you will. We don't really get to see much information on the box art itself other than the pictures. So let's move on to the pictures, which the first one I want to look at is this one right here, because I am very torn up about the background of this and the overall image itself. I really hope this isn't like an actual screen cap from the movie or the series or anything like that. I'm hoping they just kind of stitched the characters together in like Photoshop or something like that and put them all together in an image or something like that, because this doesn't look very good at all. This looks like they're standing in front of a backdrop. Like this background right here doesn't look like a background. It looks like a backdrop. It looks so it looks 3D, but it looks flat because of how the characters are positioned and stuff like that, and it makes me kind of concerned about how the background and the world overall is going to look. I gotta say, though, it looks really nice at the same time. There is detail and like these leaves over here. There's details in like the brick here or something like that. I don't even know why they would even bother with that much detail, but there's a lot of detail in it, and I'm glad that they did. I am concerned though, because the background or the backdrop, whatever you want to call it, kind of looks like a bunch of random buildings and bridges and stuff like that have been taken straight out of like movies from Illumination Studios or like DreamWorks or something like that, and it's just been slapped down. They look like assets that they've just grabbed from other movies and just slapped down in different areas and then photoshopped these characters over top of it. This image, every time I look at it, I'm like, that's a fake image. There's no way that image is real. But the more you know, you look at it, and the more you look at all the information around it, it's technically a real image. I just don't know if this is going to be an actual screen grab from the movie itself. Hopefully not, because it doesn't look that good to me. The other image looks much better, but it also is most likely not a screen grab from the thing. But taken from this, we can see, if we kind of zoom in and kind of move over a little bit, you can see what looks like a barber shop or something like that, because there's like a pair of scissors here, I'm guessing. Who knows what that means? Probably nothing. It's probably just some random background thing that means literally nothing. But I do find it interesting that there is like a hair salon here. Maybe they're visiting that. Maybe they just got out of there and they're on their way to the next thing. Another thing I want to mention is that it seems like there's a river here right underneath this bridge, and I'm wondering if this isn't Maritime Bay that we're seeing in this image, but who knows. One more thing that really bothers me about this image is that these windows are not properly aligned. Which I find the strangest of all. Like, why is this one slightly above this one? I don't know. That's probably never going to be explained, because I just don't see that being a thing that's ever explained. But overall, the things that I can take from this is that it looks like they're all happy, they're all together, and they're just wandering around. Maybe this is after the movie or something like that, and they're in Maritime Bay, returning home, or returning to Sunny's home and everything like that to share the good news of everything that they accomplished or something. I don't know, but to me, it looks very photoshopped. So let's move on to that other image that was there, and that is this image. This one looks way better to me, because it looks like they're actually in the image, and the background looks like, you know, a background, but it also looks very photoshopped at the same time. I mean, this doesn't look right at all. Like, there's no shadow or shading here at all underneath her hooves. The same thing over here, except it's a little bit harder to tell. And the background itself looks very faded. It looks like actually in the movie, in the show itself, if like certain background assets have this sort of style to them because they're not going to be interacted with and they're far enough in the background that they can get away with that. I think it could be interesting if they kind of play around with that style a little bit. But again, this looks very photoshopped, especially since we have actually seen this image of Izzy before. We've seen this image of Sunny Star Scout before. We've seen this image of Zip before, which they used in a YouTube thumbnail. And I don't know why they keep using this image, because it is the ugliest image I've ever seen of Zip. It started to make me wonder if there's some kind of canon fact that Zip can't take good pictures, and they're playing around with that with the marketing and stuff like that, so that when the movie comes out and it's like, I can't take good pictures, and it plays on all the stuff that we've seen already. I don't know. That's like a conspiracy theory in my head. Take it that way you will. But every single one of these characters and their positioning and how they're you know, how they look and stuff like that have all been taken from other images and other leaks and confirmed things that have been released by Hasbro and the My Little Pony marketing team and stuff like that. We've seen all of these characters in these poses before, but now they're together and it's in front of this weird backdrop, this weird background that we've never seen before. This background on both of these could be 100% fake, because they just wanted to make a puzzle for the characters and they just made some random background or something like that. So both backgrounds could be 100% fake, but I don't really think they are. I think these are both real, and I think with this one specifically, this is the most interesting one to me, because this looks like, it doesn't look like it, but it reminds me of the Tree of Harmony a little bit, and the little clubhouse that the little students, the Student 6 or whatever we ended up calling them, they had the little clubhouse with the Tree of Harmony and everything like that. This reminds me very much of that clubhouse that those students made and everything like that, but it does make me wonder what it's actually going to be. I can't imagine it's going to be like the Tree of Harmony or anything like that, even though we didn't really get to play with that or get to experience that in Generation 4, so it makes me wonder if they're going to take that concept of the clubhouse and stuff like that and use it in Generation 5. But only time will tell. What I really see from this, though, is I do see a clubhouse. I see like a home base of sorts. It really seems like what we're gonna get here is that all these characters, they kind of live in this tree house, this weird clubhouse, whatever you want to call it, and they live there, they kind of interact with each other and stuff like that, and then they get some kind of mission, or they get some kind of like quest to go do a good thing, and then they leave the treehouse, they leave the clubhouse, they go try to do that good thing, and then at the end of that big grand adventure, they come back to the clubhouse and they just kind of reminisce about their adventure or do a little bit of recap on their adventure and what they learned that week or whatever, and go on about the series from there. I feel like that's what this is going to be. It feels like a very home-based thing, and if it is a home base, then I feel like it's going to be something that we're going to see more towards the end of the movie, and then it's going to be a prominent thing throughout the Generation 5 series. But only time will tell, and that is my thoughts, all the news as well. And let me know in the comments below what you think of these images. These are the most exciting images that we got, of course, like the one with the buildings and stuff in the background, and this one here. Stuff like the name, that's kind of not the best news. The thing, him being confirmed as being a sheriff, isn't the greatest news ever, because we kind of already knew that. Like, that was the biggest theory about him, is that he was going to be a sheriff. So who knows? And of course, we've seen these plushies before, but we get to see them in a new light. So that is going to do it for the video, I guess. Like I said, let me know in the comments below what you think of everything that I've shown here today, as well as what you think the movie is going to be like in the series. Maybe I'll make a video on your theories and ideas and stuff like that. But for now, that's going to do it for the video. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share, and do all of those wonderful things like that. Because if you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.